My name's Naomi Ryan, and I first heard about this conference this past summer when my mom introduced it to me, and I thought it was a great way to grow my love for the game besides just playing it. And today I want to share my story about how I started playing baseball and my experience growing through the game and being able to play high school baseball. Okay, so this is my presentation, a hat and a opportunity, how my coach leads me to the next level. So I grew up a little bit south of Richmond, Virginia, and I grew up watching both my dad and brother play baseball. Even though I mostly didn't do much watching, I mostly just ran around and played in the dirt, but being able to watch them helped me grow my love for the game. So I played baseball basically all my life. I played Little League at Chesterfield and then also at Bethlehem Little League. And then I moved to Cal Ripken League, which I thought would be a little bit more competitive, where I could grow in a more competitive environment. And I was the first girl to be able to make the all-star team there. And we were two-time state champions. And I was able to earn the MVP for the state championship. In middle school, I did play softball from 4th to 5th grade. I had a great experience. I loved playing with the girls, but I just didn't love it as much as baseball. And then growing up, I joined a travel ball team, which was very dominant and a very competitive. Yeah. For in middle school, I was denied then an opportunity to play for a local team, and before I had asked the coach if it wouldn't be a problem if I could try out, and then he was like, no, it wouldn't be. But then once I was on the tryout sheet, he kind of let us know that I wouldn't be able to. Turning a no into an opportunity. So after I wasn't able to play in a middle school program, we wanted to look for a school that allowed me to play, but we in a competitive environment, not just, and I also wanted to look for a strong academic school where I could develop both in the classroom and on the field. My one of my mom's friends let me know about the Miller School of Albemarle, and we actually heard of them because when my brother played in high school, we played against them and Billy Wagner. So one of the things that's come up in my college recruitment lately is how I interact with the team, and like if I make the boys like be soft around me or not as competitive. And I wanted to share an interview with you guys. I did an interview because I'm currently at a baseball tournament right now and I didn't know if I'd be able to make it. So yeah. So I'm here with my coach, Billy Wagner, at the Miller School of Albemarle, right outside of Charlottesville, and I wanted to ask him a couple questions about me being on the baseball team. So can you tell me about the baseball program here at Miller?
Well, the baseball program here is a year-round program, which we have 32 kids. We have a strength and conditioning program. We have a fall schedule. We have a 32 game schedule in the spring.
Okay. When I met you, I was in 7th grade. Can you tell me about what you thought when I said I wanted to play baseball here?
Well, it wasn't what you said when you said you wanted to play baseball here. It was what you said you want to be the first girl to play Major League Baseball. And I thought that was unique because I think we all aspire to do that. But I think putting yourself out there and really selling out to be that person was what stood out, because you don't get somebody, especially a female, to walk in and say, I want to be a professional baseball player. Well, I think what really stood out over the last couple of years is just how hard you put in the time and how far you've come, but constantly bouncing back from all the adversity and the naysayers. So I've never been one to sit there and think that you couldn't do this or be possible, but it was one of those things. I was excited because I knew you'd have to work really hard, and I would probably have to be really tough, and it would just be a different situation. But I think it was a great opportunity, and you've embraced that.
Did you have any reservations about me joining the team?
No. I think the biggest thing is always the boy-girl
Mm-hmm.
situation, but you know, the guys seem to think of you as a sister and a
Mm-hmm.
teammate, so very protective of you. So I knew that once you had to prove yourself that you could play. After you kind of showed them that you could play, then they really bought in, and so it's been pretty obvious how you fit in on this team, and in a lot of ways they don't play as well when you're not here.
Did you receive any pushback from any of the staff or players when I joined?
No, no. I think what 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 was which made it really easy is that you'd already been playing, and so people had already seen you, and so they knew that you were talented. It wasn't like you didn't know what you were doing and you were just trying it out. So you came in and was already a very polished player. It was just building your strength and stuff like that. And so, none of the coaches were apprehensive of players. I think it was just everybody trying to fill their own and see where everybody fit in. And you were just part of the group that gelled together.
I've heard you prefer practice over game time. Why is that?
Because when you're playing, there's so much tension and anxiety that the game can get caught up, and so you have enough going on in your game. For me, practice is so important for me to build the reps and the intensity, so that when the real pressure points come, you've already been there. You've played under that pressure and felt that now when I'm talking, you're not overwhelmed. It's just play the game. And so when you guys are playing in the state championships and when you're playing in the playoffs and you're playing the higher caliber teams, there's not a lot for me to do, because it's really about seeing what you're capable of doing, and you don't need the pressure of me putting it on you to be better.
What accommodations are required when a girl joins a baseball team?
Well, I think the accommodations, just making sure, like for travel, they have to have their own room. You have to have a changing area, which has been very difficult at Miller, because you've had to probably change in different places. But it's really been it's not been a huge thing, because I feel like you've really taken care of those things and made it easier for me, because I don't have to worry about a lot of this stuff, and your mom has made it easy. But other than just changing room and stuff, I haven't seen anything.
Do you think the baseball culture has changed here at Miller because of me?
Yes, and I'll tell you why. Because I think not in ways that I think would be observant to many, but I think guys respond to you and see that you can play just as well as a male. And I think that's a big step, because there is equal opportunity, and you get what you deserve and what you earn. And when you go out there every day and you're putting in and you're running the sprints and you're putting in the weight room, I think guys see that, and I think you hold down to a different standard, because when they don't do it, it's very obvious, and people start to call each other out. And so you've kind of helped set that culture of that, every rep matters, and it's you can see how it's made our team.
How do opposing coaches and players respond to a female player?
I think it's funny, because they're always, is that a girl? And and I'm like, yeah, well, I dare you to call her a girl. I think they're kind of they take you for granted. I think they think that you're going to be an easy out. I think they can't appreciate you until they've seen you play, and then when they play, they see you play. Then I think they're thrown back. And I think the game that really stood out for me is when we were in West Virginia, and we're playing at WVU, and you'd gotten a hit, and you were playing really well, and then they bring in this lefty to face you, and you flip, and that coach, just his expression was like, oh my God. So, and I don't think people can appreciate how good you are with what you're up against compared to what the males are doing right now. And so they kind of cackle a little bit. And I mean, in this past tournament, this past weekend, when you got a base hit, the males seem like they're embarrassed, which I think they don't really understand how good you are. And so you've made great strides, and I think they have to face you and be there with you to understand and appreciate how good you've been.
How do you think this development focused program has contributed to my success at Miller and beyond?
Well, you've had to deal with a lot more than most just because you're a female. But I
Mhm.
mean, we haven't held you back saying you couldn't do something. So you've always been able to do, you've always done everything either at the same level or better. And so there are things that, that strength wise you may not ever get to, but baseball wise, IQ and stuff like that, I just think that sets you apart and makes you so much easier to coach, And when I'm talking to these colleges about you and stuff, that's really what I keep saying. I said it's the easiest person to coach because she's not looking to hit a home run. She does all the little things, so it makes it easier for me to coach her. So, and those are things that for me, that you've really made it easier on our team to do.
Mm-hmm. I know you watched the World Cup last year.
Mm-hmm.
How do you think the competition was during that?
Well, when I watch, because of you, I watch it, and so I am amazed at the talent level of these young ladies, and that's something the world needs to be doing is paying more attention because everyone has a right to play the game, and it doesn't matter whether you're big, you're little, fast or not fast. It's the skill in which you can bring to a team, and so when you watch the women play, the excitement and the energy, that's what we always want to play with. And so I think the level is there. I think the world just needs to get on board with, just like they did with women's soccer and softball and things. And I think this is just one of those things. And I think you guys are trail setters for pushing this. And, in the next couple of years, you guys are going to be on TV playing in the Olympics and stuff. So, I think the world just needs to take a step back. And if they're going to say equal opportunity, then make it equal opportunity.
All right. I really appreciate you taking this time and doing this interview with me.
Well, I appreciate you asking me. Thank you.
As he mentioned, Miller is a all-around baseball program. Mostly at least in Virginia, I know a lot of schools don't do that, especially public. I don't think they're allowed to do that. They don't get to start practicing until the spring. But in the fall, we have daily workouts, and we have about 6 games this fall for the season. And then in the winter, we are mostly just lifting and running, preparing our body for this competitive spring schedule that we have. Last year, we played around 40 games, and we traveled all over Virginia, and then Maryland, Tennessee, South Carolina, and Florida. So with this all year round baseball program, we've made the state championship 3 times. We've made 8 state championship appearances. We've been consistently ranked top 10, one of the top 10 baseball teams in the state. We have this program has numerous college athletes and players in the minors. And on the team currently, we have numerous college commits. We have people going to Tennessee, UNC, Louisiana, and then we're going to have many more commits coming in a couple months. And I've also made the USA Women's national team. And then two people have been called up to the big leagues this past summer. My personal outcomes, being able to thrive in a Miller environment. I've been a 2-time women's national team member. This past year, I made the all-world team in the 2024 World Cup. I've made the Breakthrough Series 4 times. I've been a Breakthrough Series participant 4 times. I'm also a co-captain at the Miller School of Albemarle. And currently, I'm playing on the Canes Regional Travel Team, which is composed of mostly Miller school kids and then also coached by Billy Wagner. So as I said earlier, one of the problems with my college recruitment right now is how the players interact with me and how they feel about me being on the team. So I wanted to also show some interviews with my teammates and then also one of my friends who used to play baseball but now plays softball. Hey, I'm here with one of my teammates at the Miller School of Albemarle.
Hey, I'm Jax Rosales, and I've been at the Miller School for 5 years, and I've been playing against Naomi since I was 10.
When we were playing Tinu, were you surprised seeing a girl on the field?
Yes, you basically do not see many girls playing guy sports.
Yeah. Uh, do you think having a girl on the team has changed this team's culture, or does it feel?
Not at all. I think it's the same. We can be who we are, you can be who you are, and nothing changes.
I'm here with one of my teammates here at the Miller School of Albemarle.
My name is Drew Lucy. I'm a senior. This is my second year at Miller.
So coming down here, were you surprised seeing me play on the field?
I was definitely surprised, but it was not too long before I realized why you were down here, why you were playing baseball.
Do you think having me on the team affects like the team's culture?
I think it does. I think it definitely strengthens our culture because it's a reminder every day that there's always somebody out there working harder than you, and that has to work harder than you.
I'm here with one of my teammates.
Casey Wagner, junior, pitcher, second base.
So have you ever had a girl play on your baseball team before?
Yeah, on my little league team, I had a girl play with me.
So I know I talked to your dad before I came to Miller. What was your thoughts on me coming here, if you had any?
I didn't really have any first thoughts or anything. I didn't know what to expect, so I just went out.
Do you think having me on the team like changes the culture or affects y'all in any way?
I think you push everybody to be the best they can be.
All right, I'm here with one of my friends.
Hi, my name is Lily Palante. I'm a senior at Miller. I've been here for 5 years, and I'm committed to play softball at Virginia Tech.
So I just want to say congratulations on starting the softball program here at Miller. What was that like?
It was my freshman year. My dad and I built a field off of a blueprint of the old baseball field. And so we got that program up and running. We started as a club team, and now we're playing conference games. So
I heard Casey Wagner said he played with a girl on his little league team, and this is the girl.
Yep.
So how was that playing with them?
It was fun. I really enjoyed baseball. I started young. I played t-ball up till I was about 12, 13. COVID hit. I started playing lacrosse, and that was it. So I never really got up to like a high level of baseball, but it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah, her and many girls here are very supportive of me playing baseball. They come and support us at the games. But I just wanted to ask, do you think younger girls feel empowered seeing me playing?
Yeah, absolutely. I think that when women play sports that are said to be male sports, I think that makes a statement, and I think that more people should be open to the idea of girls playing male sports.
Benefits when a girl plays on a competitive high school team. So for girls, I think girls can benefit from playing on a competitive development high school team with boys. They get stronger, faster, and become better baseball players, more reps, more exposure, less fear. And then girls learn that boys can be on your side as they can root for your success. I think for me at least, being able to be in an open competitive environment with people that are supportive of me has helped me grow my game so much more than I ever thought I would be able to. And then I think the benefits for boys having a girl on their team, boys get the opportunity to see girls in non-traditional roles and appreciate their strength. And boys can also learn to appreciate girls in a platonic space and as a teammate and friend, especially. I think that's important in your teenage years. You guys have any questions for me?
Awesome. Thank you so much, Naomi. I think it's safe to say you have a bunch of new fans among our conference here. So if you've got questions, please put them in the chat. As the host, it's my prerogative to ask some questions too. So I'd like to know a little bit more, like, what is it like for you to have a coach in Billy who has MLB experience, like someone who has played at the highest levels? What is he able to bring to coaching you that you get a sense of?
I think he's able to teach me both physically.
Nope, I think you're muted.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
So I think he's able to coach me both physically and mentally. On the mental side, I mean, as I've grown older, boys think it is less common for girls to keep playing as they get into their high school career. And I guess they aren't as used to it, so they might say some stuff, laugh at you while you play. But he's honestly like, for him, when he was younger, he wasn't. I wouldn't say he was the most physically developed player, and he had to battle through some stuff also. So he's known how to fight through adversity, and I think he's helped me do that.
That's awesome. So you mentioned that you are in the recruitment process right now. So in addition to all of your accomplishments on the field, what are some things that you're doing off the field as part of your recruitment? Like, are you having to do social media? Are you doing interviews? Are you like, what is the recruitment process like?
Last year I did do a couple interviews like for my coach while he was.
You're a little quiet again.
Sorry, I can use the mic. 1 second. Sorry. Is this better?
Much better.
Okay, so
+1 for the tiny microphone. Yes.
the interview. So last year I did an interview for my coach while he was trying to make the Hall of Fame last year, and I think that's helped put my name out there a little bit more. And I've also, my mom has been wanting me to get more on social media. When I was younger, I do think I was more on social media. As I got older, I guess I've had like more anxiety, like posting on social media, I guess. But I think that's definitely something that I need to work on. And then I've also gone to many camps for colleges. And then also, I think playing on the USA Women's national team has helped with that also. And then academically, like keeping up with my grades, doing college courses.
Okay. A questioning from Bethany, our coach. Have you noticed anything in particular that you involve more or less in your physical training in contrast to the males?
No, I think I do the exact same workouts as they do at Miller. We have a strength and conditioning coach that gives us the workout plan. I think maybe I could do stuff like that because I mean, girls are built differently than boys, so I think maybe stuff with like my hips or stuff like that. I think I should look into and see if I should do.
Cool. All right. Again, if you've got questions, put them in the chat. We have some Billy Wagner fans in attendance, so yes. Do you have a mentor or a favorite player outside of your coach who has helped you grow on and off the field?
I think besides my coach, my mentor has been both my dad and brother, being able to grow up around them while they played baseball. And then my brother only being 7 years older than me, I was able to practice with him and then hit with him also, and then learning stuff from him. And I think he's also gave me connections to people that he's worked with, like a strength and conditioning coach and a physical therapist that have helped me throughout my injuries that I've had. And
so another question here, what are some of those injuries that you've had to deal with?
So 8th grade year, I had some like rotator cuff issues in my shoulder. And then freshman or sophomore year, I had ulnar nervitis, which is just, I had some tingling and pain in my fingers throughout. But once I did a lot of yoga while I had hurt my elbow, and then just working with physical therapies.
Awesome. A question here, do you follow the WNBA, and do you see the success of the W as an indication that fans are ready for a women's pro baseball league?
Yeah, I think it's great that the WNBA has gotten way more exposure that it has in the past years, especially with, I mean, the talent has always been there. They just haven't had the media coverage that they deserve. And I think now that they're getting it, people are able to see the great players that have already been in the WNBA, and then the new players that have came in.
Awesome. So here's a question. So you've had 2 different experiences with the USA national team, 2023, 2024. How are those 2 experiences different?
So my first year, I would say at the beginning, I am more of a shy person. So I wasn't able to, at the beginning, I wasn't like really with the team. I was just mostly focused on making the team. And then after I got past that timidness, I was able to get close to everyone. And then while we played against in the qualifiers, I mean, we had the motto RTEFW. I don't really want to say that out loud, but I feel like some people might know what that means. But I think nothing really changed this year. We still played the same way. We had the same goal. We had the same goal the first year as we had the second year this past year. And I think I guess maybe we might have felt a tad bit more pressure since, I mean, this is what they've been practicing for 6 years now, and it's all in that one moment. But I think being able to see different countries and all these fans that came out and supported us was really fun and great.
That's awesome. So you're also one of the youngest players at the World Cup. What was that experience like when you weren't necessarily with folks your age?
I feel like I've always kind of been the youngest on the team. This past year, I mean, yeah, I mean, some of these players have been my coaches at the Breakthrough Series, but I don't feel, when I'm playing with them, I don't feel like, I mean, they're older than me. I just see them as my teammates, as someone that I can talk to, and having people that are older than me, I mean, I don't know. I just feel like playing with them is just as fun as playing with someone your age.
Cool. I think it probably helps you have an older brother, right? Like,
yeah.
So very cool. All right. Any additional questions? So Naomi, real quick, what's coming up? You said you're at the tournament this weekend. Are you in fall ball with Miller? Is that what's going on?
So fall ball starts. We have our first game this Wednesday. I'm at a tournament for my travel team right now in North Carolina, in Charlotte. Yeah, so we have 5 or 6 games for this fall for my high school team, and then we get right into winter stuff. And then I also have, in November, I have the Breakthrough Series, and then I'm not sure if we're doing a winter camp for the USA team, but I'll be doing that if we do.
Full schedule.
Yeah.
Well, hey, thank you so much for being here with us. We really appreciated your presentation, and I know that we all wish you the best of luck with all of your games coming up. So thank you so much.
Thank you.